everyone, it's Claire here from John Wathery Wholesale, and today I'd like to talk you through a brand new product that we've brought to the market this year, the Richter Gunlight and Illuminator kit. So a little bit of background about Richter Optik. It's actually a brand that we own as part of John Wathery Wholesale, so it's our own brand. We own and control it. And this particular set we've been researching and developing probably for about the last 9 to 12 months. We've had various prototypes on test. Myself have had one out on test, and we've also sent some out to some of our external partners to get a good grip and a good few different opinions on it. So eventually we finished on the final product. So this is it. So what is it? Let's deep dive in and take a look. Okay, so what is it? Well, basically it's a Gunlight and Illuminator, and as you can see from the very well designed packaging, it's a multicolour LED gunlight torch, but also we've added an illumination module as well, so you can use this as an additional illuminator for your night vision setup. So if your night vision's not quite strong enough, or you need it to be a bit clearer, a bit brighter through your add-on unit or through your scope, you can use this alongside that to just make things a little bit brighter and a little bit clearer for you. So the box itself, it comes in a nice plastic box. We've designed this lovely sleeve to go over the top that does give you all of the key facts and figures about the torch itself, and also an image on the back of what you get inside the kit, which I'll run through with you right now. Okay, so taking off the sleeve and popping it open, let's see what we've got inside. Right, let's try and give myself a little bit more space so we can see everything. So I'll just pop that up there. What we have in here is your basic set of instructions. There's not really much to it, to be honest with you. There's not really much instructions that you need. So the first thing you have is the simple figure of 8 scope clamp. So this will clamp around your scope, and obviously the other end will hold the flashlight, torch, gunlight in place. If you're using it as an illuminator, you can obviously quite easily switch this around so it's sideways. So your scope is through here and the extra illuminator is off the side. You can have it straight forward on the top. Yeah, it's quite a neat little piece of kit. It's relatively simple and quite common. You'd have seen these around the world as well in other applications. So yeah, just a simple figure of 8 clamp with a simple screw to tighten and loosen. In here we've also got batteries. So the torch unit itself takes 1 battery, the kit gives you 2. They are standard 18650 batteries. Now the ones you get in this kit, if I can get it to focus in, the ones included are 2500 size, so with one of those that should give you about 3 to 4 hours runtime from the unit. So if you did want more runtime from the unit, whoops, there we go, you could switch those out for a higher capacity battery, but the 2 you get in the kit are both 2500 size, which as I say is good for about 3 to 4 hours. Just going to try and move these in frame a little bit so we can see, hopefully as I go along, everything that's in the kit, make it a little bit tidier. Okay, next up from the batteries, you've got the battery charging cradle. Now the batteries aren't charged while they're inside the torch, so what you do need to do is obviously plug your battery into here to charge it. And this has a standard USB connector that most of us have got at home about now, because everything seems to run on these days, so it's quite easy. It doesn't involve having a big chunky plug that we have to fit into the case, but it is quite a simple USB connector, which you can even use with power packs as well, like battery packs and things like that. So the good thing about this having 2 batteries is you can have 1 battery charging while you're using a battery, so you've always kind of got a battery ready to go. So we've got the battery charging cable. Okay, next up you've got the different modules. So these, in their little packets, I will open one out for you. These are your different LED colour modules, or the infrared. So the one I've picked here, the one I've picked here is the infrared, which you can just see with IR stamped on the side. The other ones, I've got 2 here because one's already in the torch, which I'll show you in a bit. So you've got the infrared module there, you've got green LED, there we go, green on the side there, and also white, you can see that, white. So we've got white, green and infrared here, which means by process of denomination, the red one will be already fitted into the torch. Just try and keep things tidy as we go along. Get rid of that. Okay, next up we have a pressure switch, because this unit can just be used as a standard flashlight. So it's got already got a push button normal flashlight end on it, but if you wanted to use the additional on-off pressure switch, on-off, you don't need to hold that. You can switch it on and switch it off. You can use that with it, and it does come with a sticky bit, so you can stick it to your gun already, in place where you're going to have your thumb. So that's already included. You don't need to worry about double sticky pads or sticky tape. That's already included there for you. And the pièce de résistance, excuse my awful French, is the unit itself. A little bit oily from transport. Let me buff that off a little bit. There we are. So this is the Richter Optik Gunlight kit. As I said, it's already got the push button with wrist lanyard, so you can use it as a normal flashlight torch as well if you wanted to. Really good quality. I'll show you how to take the LEDs out. So if you simply unscrew the top here, and can you remember what colour I said should be in here? Red. There we go. So it's got the red one in there. If you wanted to just swap that out, you simply unscrew it like so. Here's one I prepared earlier and dropped. And just pick up the replacement one you want to put in. Pop that back in as so. Pop the torch head back on. You'll see it's got little O-rings in all the screw thread areas. This is actually waterproof to IP67, so those O-rings will prevent any rainwater or anything getting in. You wouldn't go deep sea diving with it obviously, but if you get caught in a good old British shower, you'll be fine with this, not a problem. Again, the end where you pop the battery in, you can see the little O-ring in the way, and the battery just drops straight in there. Or you can of course leave that off and pop the pressure switch end on if you wanted to. For the purposes of this video, I'll just pop that end back on. There we go. That's nicely in place. Cool. So yeah, I've mentioned a few different facts about it. The LED colours are 250 lumens of power each in there. I'll pop that down. There we go. You wouldn't think all of that fit in that little box, would you? But there we go. Yeah, so it's 250 lumens power on the multicoloured LEDs. The infrared is 850 nm, which is your standard illuminator that you get with most of your add-ons and night vision these days. It's a very lightweight unit. Without the battery it's 277 grams. With the battery that doesn't add very much, so it's not going to add a lot of weight to your overall shooting rig or shooting setup. And as I say, it's IP67 waterproof, so it's more than capable of taking a few drops of rain. So there we have it. The one other thing I haven't mentioned is the fact that you can spot and flood the beam on this. You just unscrew the tube like that and then screw it back in to flood it back out. There'll be a video somewhere of me doing that, so you can see that in real life what that looks like. But yeah, it should be good for about 300 yards, up to about 300 yards worth of shooting, so it's perfectly capable for those who want to go out a little bit longer range of shooting as well. It will do the job. We've had it tested on kind of closer range stuff as well, so I think one of our reviewers, he tested it out to about 30-40 yards on the rabbits, and he said it performed really well for him, so yeah, we're very happy with that, and hopefully you guys will be happy with it too. It's out in retailers now. Suggested retail is probably going to be around about $114.95. But of course, shop around your local retailers, and they'll be able to help you out more with the price and things on there. So there we go. It's the Richter Optik Gunlight Illuminator kit in stores now.